Today, 29th of January 2024. Mountain Lion 1 Pako, Major General Sagai Bikiner. And we did live for Central Market.
Anyway,
Radisia, go to the Ghost Town.
oh, Bona, oh, Bombo.
They come out. Today, we don't come with here. Any man, we have already Ghost Town, where they put them. When they come out, we will shoot anyone when they kill us, another killer, and so we shoot.
Fire.
From today, if I go forward, they don't come back. Peace one of them, Bazonia. One day.
He did.
And if I go forward, right there.
He did.
Bazonia, me come back. From Munya, they don't come with them, come back.
Bombo. What's it?
Supreme Commander with the whole Paco, Mountain Lion 1.
I have begun the roads. No be choice. No be choice. Ungongo. Don't get it right. Bombo for them. Capino against boycott. Check my life. We don't have roads. Now everybody got now so life. Now everybody road life. Now boy begin them. You can apply passport. In this in the jam. Fearless. Nobody road. Fearless. We need to fear no man for the roads. Yes. Life.
That's enough. When I come.
When you got checkpoint. When you got for your life. Checkpoint life. Who that is? Life.
Lesson number 1, my country people, talk about it. Listen, whether or not you accept my country people is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. He's an enemy that is strong. We thank my country people for the wonderful job. Now, we'll go ahead. Lesson number 1, my country people, talk about it. Listen, whether or not you accept my country people is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. He's an enemy that is strong. So, we got to be technical to what they do here. We thank my country people for the wonderful job. Now, we'll go ahead.
So my country people, this presentation is being made by Ayaba Lucas for August 2017 at the peak of Ambazona terrorism, where it brag about burning down Cameroon embassies.
We are in phase 2 of the revolution. It is not marked simply by the rhetorics of the past, but it was shown in Brussels. In the past, in phase 1, we showed the world that we were willing to expatiate, to show the world about our plight, to speak to the minds of the international community, to undertake internationalization at its highest, to demonstrate targeted diplomacy at its highest. In phase 2, we must make Cameroon understand that the pain of the Ndangos wouldn't go in vain. The suffering of the Tatingos wouldn't be forgotten. The anguish of the Agbobalas, the Numbi Waters, the Cheklovis, the Fontaines, the Renes, all those who've gone before us.
I know people you call federalists. They are all traitors.
Abobala and the rest.
No, he's a traitor. He said, the biggest mistake of my leadership, the biggest mistake and what I really regret is that during the period of the revolution, we did not kill all of these people. It was a huge mistake. During the French Revolution, all of these people will not stay alive.
When you think about their suffering, and you sit in the same hall with the emissaries of Cameroon, preaching on a bully pulpit about your story, a story that was supposed to be told by you, but you've been lectured on by them, then you can understand why Comrade Dr. Lawrence Ayaba was so angry. You can understand Why the patriot volunteers of Pretoria, the DeRose, the Erics, and all the others who tore down the embassy gate, walk into that embassy and claim it for a couple of minutes for us. If you think about the suffering of all those who are in jail, you can understand why we pulled down the flag of Cameroon in Canada. You can understand the rage and anger of those who fought battles in London to make sure that the occupier does not have its day in the diaspora to lecture the international community about our plight. We showed them that in phase 2, embassy territory is no place for the diplomats of Cameroon to compile our case and lecture the international community. And I have instructed all Ambazonians, all activists, especially those in Pretoria, I do not only want the embassy taken over, burn it down if possible. Never you forget, the embassies of Cameroon are joint property. They have occupied it. We have a right, under 56 years of colonial occupation, to share this property. And we will decide when, how, and which embassy we will be able to take hold, hoist our flag, and proclaim it property of the state of Ambazonia. My fellow countrymen, my fellow countrywomen, you have shown in these places the anger in you. That is the spirit of phase 2 of the block by block revolution. You've taken your own blocks from London to Brussels to Pretoria to Ontario. You've defended it. In the next few weeks, it will be New York.
So my country people, this presentation is being made by Ayaba Lucas for August 2017 at the peak of Ambazonia terrorism, where it brag about burning down Cameroon embassies. It talk about Pretoria, now the political capital for South Africa. It talk about Canada, and it talk about the United Kingdom and other places them. At that time, so-called Ambazonians, they be there around the world where they be attack Cameroon embassies them. It reached for a level where they radicalize people them like Quadrisco, Gagne. When I remember Quadrisco, now you picture this. The Metropolitan Police for London, they be track Quadrisco, they arrest him for his house, and they try him and they lock him up for prison for 2 years because it be put terrorist threats against the Cameroon High Commission for London. It be post them on Twitter and Facebook. Because of this kind of radicalization where Ayaba Lucas able to make this kind of presentations them, they listen them, they go post nonsense for Facebook, and they feel the consequence. Today for 2025, Quadrisco, it need to pass on Facebook, it need to pass on Twitter because it don't get the consequence of that stupidity. So this one are just more evidence for Ayaba Lucas, your crimes against humanity for Cameroon. So when we call them, say they be terrorists, it is as a result of these kind of things. And then again, look at the stupidity. They celebrate, say they will take over Cameroon High Commission for Canada and the Cameroon High Commission for Pretoria for 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, and then what? After that, the Cameroon High Commission will call police. The police, they can't drive una go away, and the High Commission they continue for the function. What have you achieved? Nothing. If you go for Ndian, the palm oil, the oil and the offshore oil rights for extract petroleum for Ndian, it still be controlled by the Cameroon government. The economy still be managed by we. So what have you achieved? It's just the same. When the lawyers and teachers, they talk, say they go on strike. Lawyer, they say they need to go for court again. Minister for Justice, Laurent Esso, it tell them, say, when we are hungry, when I will go back for that court. The question why they ask you now on the 30th of June 2025, now say, the lawyers, they never go back for court. Maybe they don't go back. Maybe hungry, do them, they go back. What about the teachers? They beg now, they cry. Whenever they move them from the list and then they stop their salary, they cry. They beg now, beg, they go do effective resumption, effective service. They beg, they pass paper them for Yaoundé, so that means their salary begin flow, right? So the lesson I say, before you make a decision, engage your brain, think about them. Understand the consequence a good day. Even if you be one for get an action or a political concession from your adversary from the Cameroon government, think about what if they deny to give you that political concession, and then what? Just like how Anglophones they be talk say they don't stop their own picking and they don't go for school. Okay, 6 years later, 7 years later, what happened? The same people that now they go pay double for send those same people now for francophone schools them. So what have you achieved? So make we get more sense. Before you want vex as Anglophones, they like vex. Think about what that vex it go give you. What it be the benefit where you go get them after you don't vex. You don't vex and then wait you spoil all things. It's like how you born your picking, you raise them up. The picking not reach the age of 12 or 13. You vex, you carry collage, you kill them. Now wait that way me I fit think say Anglophones they do them for their own picking them. Because you kill your picking is just as bad as stopping your picking making no get education. You don't ruin the picking in life. You don't make that picking in life useless. It don't get future anymore. But now what that way Anglophones they do them to themselves. No be francophone man, no be na President Paul Biya is stop Anglophone picking them and they don't go school. Now we born our schools them. Now we kill school picking them for Nkunda, Titi, for Kumba and other places them. Now we Anglophones will do that one for Anglophones. As when I hear him, Ayaba look at this, it go continue, it go talk him, say schools they don't be banned and any person will go for school, it go get the consequence. When I hear him, it talk him, now President Paul Biya talk him, no me I talk him. Another one, na Eric Tato, when I listen.
Now the part I want away, any man will watch me after the video, me call the particular part by part, distributor. Starting with, we have said there is no school. In the next show, we'll calibrate the focus of the no school issue for people to understand that when we say no school, mean no school. And actions have been taken. I don't want to say a lot of things here about the no school issue because this time I will act more. You will see something. You will see something. You will know why they call me Gary Master. I take the personal initiative.
In the past few weeks, we resolved in the Ambazonian Governing Council that there will be no schools within the territory of Ambazonia. That is a law of the land. Those who violate it do so at their own peril. We will make sure, as we have done in the past 1 year, with our limited resources to ensure we can implement and enforce the no return to school until the state of Ambazonia has its own independence, build its own system based on its customs and values.
Gary go day for one finger for picking the hand when they won't go school for any part of Southern Cameroon. Because when we take this school issue to the Republic, so for Southern Cameroon not be having job. So if you listen me, send them down for any mommy say if I see any picking for school, if I see any picking for school, I use the word I, very possessive. So I take the responsibility, man, every step of coding anywhere. I will teach the picking how to teach Gary. I will teach you, I will give Gary lesson. Nonsense. When I think of the for joke, when the key people that can't talk about school, no school, no, that is it. See, listen, not Mr. Man, LeBron still, not tell me no. Any picking go me the Gary the picking. In fact, I don't move from one finger to the entire hand. If any picking go there, Gary one hand. Gary one hand. Nonsense. When I think of the general joke, one thing I know correct. In fact, the boss Steve, I don't beg, I don't change my mind. Now one hand now. Any picture go there for school, give Gary for his whole hand. The whole hand. Put Gary there. So that when go have mommy asking away to mommy have to make Gary. Now Gary do me so. The people will understand. The other one will get the message. No man will go straight in. Nonsense. When I put the joke, shit. When I go to school, Musia.
By your own.
Today on the 1st October 20, Ambazona celebrates independence. And today the day we want for all Ambazonians. No school for Ambazonians. No school for Southern Cameroon. Any student, any teacher, any who will catch them as any office for La Republic Ambazonia for Southern Cameroon land. Any man will take 5 francs. Say fight and fight, I take 25 for any man. I'll kill him personally. As I catch you, kill him. Bam. So no school no open. And it starts from Tiko, Boya, and Limbe. I do the insights. No finish for Muyoka, Ekona, Munya. So the standard from Boya, Tiko, Limbe. Any student we want try, any principal or any teacher, he go see him. Only cash you take money. But yes, some man cash, some teacher he take 25 at the kill. As I cash you kill you. Any work of the Republic inside Southern Cameroon land, as a road deserve kill we. As they catch you, they kill you.
Who you am?
That one.
When I don't hear Eric Tato talk no, when I don't hear them talk, right? So make una no blame no francophone man, make una no blame no other person. Now Anglophones they destroy Anglophones. Anglophones are wicked to themselves. I know they talk am because in my opinion. I deliver una evidence to everything we are talking. My country people them.
I have said to you several times, our story will be written by us. The last chapter of this struggle will be written by us. It will never again be written by those who have kept us in servitude.
Ayaba Lucas talks say the last chapter of this story it will be written by them. It will write them now from prison. That is the question. It did talk about internationalizing the struggle, targeted diplomacy, international community, where they will go beg for this same international community, say, make them come for Cameroon, make they can intervene. They accuse Cameroon government of committing crimes against humanity and war crimes. Guess what? But Nayi today, it don't there for prison, arrested by the Norwegian and locked up for 9 months already, incommunicado, charged with inciting crimes against humanity.
I sure will be leading a delegation myself to be able to make sure that the United Nations is going to live up to its obligation to maintain international peace and security, and to ensure that those people under its charter who have a right to self-determination have the freedom to govern themselves.
So when I see now why that way today for 2025, these empty head noise makers, the weaver birds, they need to still talk about United Nations fact-finding mission. The last time where the international community enter for Cameroon, it go back, it go arrest the Ambazonians. The Norwegian investigators come for Cameroon. After their fact-finding mission, they go back, they go arrest Ayaba Lucas, they charge you with inciting crimes against humanity. The last time the FBI entered for Cameroon for gather facts about the activities of these Ambazonian terrorists, they go back for America, they go indict Eric Tato, Gary Master, and the rest of them go follow. When I go here, Capo Daniel go follow. Christopher Anu, Ebenezer Akwanga, Sako Ekome, all of them, they go follow. It is just a matter of time.
And we have lined up several countries that will be willing to back us, to recognize us, to support us.
When I don't hear no, now August 2017 that the lies for manipulate, for radicalize the most gullible shit no white black speaking them send for bush. It talks that they get countries them where they don't line them up for back them, for recognize their independence. And I wait this way I tell when I say all their hopes they be getting only one plan, one agenda. Now say once they start kill people them, they could then run to the international community, go cry and then beg and then talk say genocide, 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 and then the so-called United Nations it go enact their responsibility to protect, and then they go run come for Cameroon and to say, now who did that? Now who did kill them? And then they'll come for can separate fight. It tell una say they don't line up international countries where it go support them, it go recognize them. Now 2017 that now we then for June the 30th, 2025. Almost 8 years later. Who's at the country today? When I name one. Because right now, today, as I talk, Ayaba Lucas is there for court for Norway, where they go hear ye bail bond hearing, where they go decide whether for continue for locking up incommunicado, awaiting trial, or maybe they release it on bail. It don't already they prison for more than 9 months. No be Cameroon government arrested Lokamo. Now Norway arrested Lokam. The same international community where they be put all their hopes on. Now for Nigeria, where they never 10, Ayuk Tabe them, Patasan Wilfred them, they catch them for Nigeria, they send them for Cameroon. Now the international community that. America, now you lock Mangang them, Tamofo said Michael them, Waters Muma, Langmin Nestor, Claude Chi, Francis Chenyi, and the rest. Now the same America, it catch Eric Tato Tano, a charge with inciting or sponsoring terrorists in Cameroon and other charges including making threats on social media. In case it is still wait today, as I talk, Eric to 2 days for prison, even though they lock you up now on rape charges, but the indictment for the Gary Master case it be different. The indictment for the fraud case it be different, and the indictment for the sexual or the rape case it be different. Now Eric Tato, he want that the same America today for 2025, they don't cancel the TPS, the temporal protected status, where Cameroonians they will enjoy, and people they never get papers for America, they will be protected because of the terrorism for North issues and for Eastern region with the Seleka rebels, and then the Ambazona terrorism in the Northwest and Southwest regions. Because of all of that, and the American government under President Biden, it will grant TPS for Cameroon. President Trump, it don't come now, can't talk, say no, normalcy don't return. Peace and tranquility they Cameroon now will now go back for our country. Now America that they talk. So they be put all their hopes for the so-called international community, international system. How market pass. Because this Nkunyam, where they talk, as I don't already explain them, in the prison right now, charged with inciting crimes against humanity.
Lesson number 1, my country people, Dr. Waiting. Listen, whether or not you accept my country people is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. He's an enemy that is strong. We thank my country people for the wonderful job. Now, we'll go ahead.
So I don't give una concrete evidence and examples of the ways them where Anglophones they marginalize Anglophones. This one, now another one. They begin them where they go over and above and beyond. It means they don't overcome all of these challenges them. They burn down their schools. They move to different town. They move to a different city. They move to Francophone zone. They continue their education. They get the O levels. They get the advanced level. And then they try to burn their certificate. They run. They carry the certificate, go with them. Finally, they go sit the concours for Yaoundé, for Douala, for Bafoussam. Wait till we Anglophones will do them. We go catch their powerful village, kill them. We'll burn their house. Say they go write concours for enter inside government. Many of themselves, if they come back in Anglophone zone now, will kill them. So what will be the result today for 2025? Now say, despite the fact that Anglophones, they decide for start this self-inflicted suffering inside the Anglophone zone, the Francophones have just moved on. That's just a fact. Concours, they don't come out every single year for enter inside the medicine, for go study for, what do they call that college again? For Yaoundé or accused, they call them, for join, for be a medical doctor. Concours, they don't come out, Anglophones, the minority. Anglophones, they never even feature inside. Concours, they don't come out for enter B, for enter gendarme, for police. How many Anglophones they enter? Very few. Concours, they don't come out for enter ENAM. How many Anglophones they enter? Very few. Why? Because Anglophones, they marginalize Anglophones. Concours, they don't come out for ERIC, ENAM, all of these institutions, them. Anglophones, they become less than 10% of the population where they finally enter inside the administration, where they enter inside of these government exams and government institutions, the way they train the future generation of elites. And for this small 10% of picking them way, they survive. And then they jump through all the obstacles the way Anglophones they put them for their way, and they make them right, and they enter inside the government them. Those picking them, now they picking them of the elites. So we don't create a situation for the Anglophone community way in the next 10 years. I mean, for 2016, when I be cry about marginalization, right? When I don't see waiting. Come back in 10 years when I go see something. In 10 years' time, when we person like Pa John Gute, a time don't pass, Pa Fayingo Francis, a time don't pass, and all these elites back come up for column. So Marcha Rose, Ma Pauline, Nalova, all these people in 10 or 20 years' time, their time don't pass. Okay, they no go still be elites. They go don't retire. Now who it could be the new crop of elites where we go feel look up to them tomorrow and we be proud. When I know who, it go be now they are picking them. You know why? Because now only these kind elites, they are picking them. They fit manage for go through all of this and still survive and still enter inside a RIC, enter inside ENAM, enter inside the government institutions them. But we Anglophones then will stop our picking them. They not enter inside. Forget opportunities therefore become the next generation of elites. So we don't create a perfect situation where no Anglophone picking enough to grow from the grassroots for become elite, at least for the next 10, 20 years. Now we create them. No be Francophone man. So in the next 10 years or the next 20 years, the marginalization when I be cry about for 2016, 17, now nothing. When I go find Anglophone, then I will touch for we appoint them as goat catcher for our village. When I know we see them. When I know why? Because they not be educated. And the few ones the way they go inside government, where they go fit get any position for government, it go be now the current elites, they are picking them. Why way the ordinary people them, where they for fit go for Mancon, for primary school for Mancon, go for Kaz Bambili like Minister Felix Bayou and come on can be minister, they no go exist. They can't pick in the way they come out like Pa John Gute from humble beginnings, go for school for Boya, go University of Yaoundé, go study abroad, come back, enter government, work your way up, become prime minister. They no go exist. It go only be na Pa John Gute you picking them. It go be na Ma Ashiri Kilo you picking them. It go be na the current crop of elite, they are picking them. I mean say, even go look at, even na your mayor, think about your role model for your community. Person where you look up to you, like an elite. Like your mayor, like your parliamentarian, like your senator. Ask yourself, say, how he become senator, how he become parliamentarian, how he become mayor. You go see, I'm saying, he get an educational background. Maybe he go for school for here, he manage get O level for here, manage get advanced level for here, he start work for here, he do this, he do that, opportunity come out, he take him. Without that educational background and foundation, enough for be that mayor. Enough for be that parliamentarian, enough for be that senator. Many of them, they start now by writing concours for enter inside École Normale, ENS. What are the one for Bambly? They enter ENS just for become teacher. They teach for like 4 or 5 years. They become senior discipline master. They prove themselves. They teach for a few more years again. They appoint them for some position. They teach a few years. They appoint them vice principal for some side, principal for some side. You don't start making name for yourself. You decline up your career ladder, right? Before you want to know an opportunity come out, you enter as a councillor. After that, they elect you mayor. Now, so many of the mayors, parliamentarians, senators, them, they start by this same humble beginnings. Them. They go for school, they manage to enter for here, write ENS concours, enter government, climb the career ladder, and then become somebody tomorrow. For the past 10 years for Anglophone community, since 2017 to 2027, where they come, we have deliberately denied our Anglophone population this opportunity for create the new or the next generation of elites for the Anglophone zone. So the only people them, where they don't fit succeed for secure, they are picking their future for succeed than the current crops of elites. So when I know we'll get no example of Minister Felix Bayou, the minister, this way they go from humble beginnings to becoming ministers. It not going to happen for the next 10 or 20 years for Anglophone zone. Because of what? Anglophone marginalization against Anglophones. Wickedness. Pure Anglophone versus Anglophone wickedness. If you like the Tory, make sure say you match fire, you share them, make it go far and wide. If you don't like them, that one is your business. I need to just share my opinion, but I give you facts, evidence. All the things that I talk about, things the way they happen. When they say make your territory ungovernable, they say UNESCO go ban school year. Say they don't kill people then for sick. I say they go write GCE. So I'm picking the day where they shoot them, kill them on their way for go write GCE. That picking when I kill them could have been the next Minister Fu Callistus. Could have been the next Minister Paul Tassong. Could have been the next Ma Vivian Asheri Kilo. Could have been the next Ma Pauline Nalova Leonga. Or Ma Rose Acha Fomundam. Or the next Aya Paula Bine. Or the next even Joseph Weber. Or the next mayor for una village. That Pekin be get a future. It be get a potential. It be get dreams. We not kill him. Because he want for get an education. Anglophone man no get right for cry about marginalization. Because what we want to cry about for 2016 is nothing compared to what is yet to come. And this time around, we no go even feel cry because only the shame we go do we for complain about marginalization. The shame alone, it will make we shut up. We did this to ourselves. Despite the fact say marginalization it exists, Minister Felix Bayu and all these people, I don't call their names them, Pat Joseph John Good them, Pat Philemon Young them, all these people them. They don't come out from families the way they get big names. They don't inherit the influence. They don't inherit their titles and their positions. They work hard. They climb the career ladder right to the top. We can't deny opportunity for a whole generation of Anglophones them. Say me they not do the same. While we Francophones, they continue, they excel. Continue for the go school, continue for the right enam, a rig, continue for the enter EMEA, continue for the mind their business they go. In 4 years' time, 5 years' time, other people will enter EMEA, they don't become lieutenant colonel, they don't become something. Other people will enter inside a rig, enam, they enter inside even ENS, they don't become teacher for year, senior discipline master, principal for year, they don't become this and that and that. We're on picking the side in the grave. My country people then.
Lesson number one, my country people, Dr. Weti. Listen, whether or not you accept, my country people is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. He's an enemy that is strong. So, Ambazonians will thank my country people for the wonderful job. Now, we'll go ahead.